The movie's starting.
Ooh.
Hey everyone, welcome to the movie starting podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris.
I'm your other host, Jeremiah.
And today we're joined by
Alison Logan.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's back again.
Yep. Winter construction reunion.
I miss you boys.
It's been a while since you were last on the podcast, but welcome back.
I think it was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was the last time.
The Temple of high-pitched screams.
Yeah.
Yes. And I just remember drinking so much that I think I didn't make any sense after a while. So this time I was like, why are we going to do that?
I know what you mean. I never touch the stuff. But yeah, I'm always 100% sober when I do these.
Yep. So what movie did you pick for us this time?
I picked Sinister.
Ooh. Scary. I love the X-Men.
Wait, is that a title for one of the X-Men?
So it's the villain. Actually, in the cartoon right now, he's sort of like the main villain.
Mr.
Oh,
Sinister.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But
timely.
Yes.
Topical.
Is he sinister or is it just a clever name?
Very.
Both.
Yes.
But yeah, what made you pick Sinister?
Well, I remember when I first saw it in the theater, I had very low expectations because, as you know, a lot of horror movies, like the last couple of decades, they're kind of okay, meh, and then the last 10 minutes, it's shit. And so... And they kind of...
She is not speaking the bullshit.
It's all mid.
And this is the first horror movie I ever saw that I started figuring out what was happening, but not till they did it with us. It was the storytelling in this is so great. And also this has everything. For me, it's like the trifecta. It's children, the occult, true crime. It's all mixed in some disgusting, scary horror souffle. Yeah. All of those things separately, not that scary, but put them all together. And that is a recipe for disaster. So I have a very funny story when we're done with the movie.
Well,
I
don't want to stories about this too. So
I don't want to give it away.
What's funny is I've never actually seen this movie complete. Like I've just seen bits and pieces of it. So this will be the first time that I actually watch it all the way through. Sadly, I think I've seen more of the second one than I've seen this.
It's so sad because it's almost like the Saw franchise. I think. Well, there's not more than two, I don't think, but in the Saw, Saw is the original so amazing, and then they, as everyone knows, they just keep getting more and more bogus.
Basically,
yeah. So for sure, the Sinister execs were like, "Oh yeah, they really like when we did this crazy stuff. Oh yeah, let's do more of that. Yeah, that's what they want to see. They want to see."
That's exactly what it was.
And so
it even has the exact same ending as the first one, with Bagul doing his little boo thing at the end.
Spoilers. Well, and this was also, this was the movie that got Scott Derrickson Doctor Strange, essentially.
Who is Scott Derrickson?
He's the guy who wrote and directed this. Some Kevin Feige or some Marvel execs saw this and they saw okay, Doctor Strange is kind of horror-ish, so because he deals with monsters and stuff, which is funny because both Doctor Strange movies have been directed by horror film directors. Yeah, because Sam Raimi did the sequel. So
I'll talk about Scott Derrickson a little bit. I'll talk some shit about him when we're watching the movie.
Love it.
The movie is currently streaming on Max or HBO Max or Crave or whatever the hell you want to call it. If you're in Canada,
it's actually called Crave in Canada. Wow,
it's not. I don't even think it's associated with HBO in Canada.
Oh yeah.
Really good cereal. It's called Crave, and it's like chocolate, and then it's like a little pocket, and they shove more chocolate in the already chocolate pocket.
Also known as diabetes.
I was gonna say that's juvenile diabetes.
We have the movie queued up before the opening production credits start, and we're pressing play now.
Yay.
Okay, and now it's rising.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we got it. We got it. Yay.
Teamwork. Summit.
The same company that does the John Wick movies.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh god.
You gotta get started somewhere.
Yep.
I've been forced to watch those.
The first one's not bad. I actually, you know what?
I like all of them.
As far as action movies go, and the fact that Keanu is actually doing the stuff still,
Although the
Pretty
fourth one was
impressive.
pushing it a little bit with
Yeah.
him like falling down that long ass
The
flight of
stairs,
and getting back
yeah.
up and doing it again. I was like, really?
I had a therapy appointment today, and my therapist asked me if I thought Keanu Reeves was a bad actor. And my answer was weird, but I just said no. I just think he has a bad rap because one of his first things. Oh my gosh, the soundtrack to this is pretty great. Oh,
It's all techno bands that decided to do like ambiance tracks.
Yeah. Also, there's always something disturbing about Super 8.
what was I thinking suggesting this right before bed?
We get like all these like text messages in the middle of the night. Chris, I fucked up.
I have to work in the morning.
Mm.
I mean, that is definitely an image to open on.
Yeah. Well, the thing was because you couldn't really see the saw until like you said, because you'd see the saw on the corner there, like starting to cut the branch, and it takes you a minute to figure out what. Yeah, it takes you a minute to figure out what's going. You kind of have to like analyze. Okay, wait. Oh, wait. There's a saw. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I don't know that I noticed that until
they're hidden behind the tree.
Yeah,
like on a branch behind the tree.
Sinister.
So spooky.
Thinner.
So I too saw this in the theater, and I took my ex, the one that you have worked with on Winter Construction. She did not want to see it.
Uh-huh.
You remember her?
Well, I don't know which one.
Miranda?
We'll have to talk about it later. Oh, really?
Yeah. So she didn't want to see this. I had to talk her into it. But for some reason, the trailers didn't do anything for her.
Yeah.
But I said it was like, hey, it looks kind of rad. Let's go check it out. She's like, fine. So we went and saw it. And when it was over, she was just like, that was fucking awesome. I was like, I told you. Nope. I can tell.
Also, because I do know some stuff about this movie, and what he does is pretty irresponsible. Telling his telling his family.
Well, yeah, this is the subtitle of this movie should "Or How to Be a Horrible Parent."
Yeah,
and be really, really super duper selfish and just out for yourself.
Adult Eddie Kazbrak, yeah.
Oh yeah,
and of course there's former presidential candidate Fred Thompson.
Yep.
Wait, that guy, really?
Yeah, he was actually a U.S. senator.
Yep. He was in a. Clear Present Danger, I think it was.
Yeah, or not Clear Present Danger, the one before it, Hunt for Red October.
What?
Yeah, he was actually, or I guess the two before it. Yeah, because he was the submarine commander.
Yeah.
Or not submarine commander, the
aircraft.
It was like the admiral or whatever.
But the guy, the young cop that was reading the book.
Yeah, from it. He was Eddie Kazbrak.
Yeah.
But the thing was, like, when this movie was over, I was like, Is Ethan Hawke a scream queen now?
But man, he's been doing so much more weird, creepy, horror genre things, and I don't think
he's at a point in his career where he's just kind of like, I just want to do cool stuff.
Yeah, well, he's playing the villain. I noticed a lot more and stuff.
Yeah, like the Black Phone,
and then in Moon Knight, he actually, I was impressed at how good he was at being a villain in that series.
What's the series called? Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. It's one of the Marvel stuff. It's the one that has Oscar Isaacs in it, and he plays like sort of like this cult leader type guy.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
But like he did this, and he did The Purge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me, Maya Hawke is going to be at C2E2. That's his him and Uma Thurman's daughter. Yeah, which I always think funny.
I have a sneaky susption her panel is going to be very crowded.
Yeah. Well, I always think it's funny because
all the Chicago creepers come out to play.
But I always find it funny because like she looks like the perfect sort of blend of.
Well, that was the
them.
thing when I first saw her in season 3 of Stranger Things. I was like, that chick looks just like Uma Thurman.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I thought. I was like, that's pocket.
But there were features that said otherwise. I'm like,
it's
and
like
then I saw her last name. I'm like, holy shit! It is Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's kid. Oh my god!
Well, no, and it's because she has like Ethan Hawke's mouth, like the jawline, and then Uma Thurman's eyes.
Yeah, like her head.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could be married to someone who's always in trouble for the cops for dumb reasons. Like, if you're gonna be in trouble with the cops, it better be like assault and battery, robbery. It's like I wrote a book.
It's like you better be a thug. I got new teeth.
Oh.
The sheriff's like, it pays well. I got new
Say,
teeth.
I want to say he probably died not long after this because I know Fred Thompson's passed
He
away.
had like cancer or something.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, you got it right in Kentucky blood. I'll give you that.
But yeah, Scott Derrickson, the guy that directed this, the first movie he did that got him noticed was The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that, but I know it's good.
It got such great reviews. When I sat down and watched it, I had never been so bored in my life.
You know, can I be honest with you? When you guys wrote, do you want to watch? When you originally reached out, you said Alien or The Exorcist. I've never seen the original Alien. I know I have to, but I haven't. And then The Exorcist, I just saw recently, and I was kind of bored for a lot of it.
The original one?
Yeah. And I think
it's that 70s style of filmmaking where everything is slower. Everything they take their time. Whereas now with modern films, it's more of like, okay, got to move on, got to keep the pace, the pace going.
85 minutes.
Yeah.
85 minutes. I was going to say, if you're going to watch a good Exorcist movie, watch the third one.
The third Exorcist?
Yeah, that one is actually legit good.
Huh. I heard the Late Night with the Devil is very good.
Yeah, I was going to go see it, but now it's not playing anywhere anymore.
It's on Shudder if you have Shudder.
I don't have Shudder.
Yep.
I can see if I can get a free trial.
Apparently, honestly,
but
Shudder.
Okay, so he did Exorcism of Emily Rose, and then he did the remake of Day the Earth Stood Still. Talk about Keanu Reeves' movie.
I think you should let me go.
I don't think I've ever even heard of that one.
It was bad.
It's like
it was so
if you
bad.
die, if the Earth dies, you die.
It's one of those movies where you can tell if Keanu Reeves is intentionally acting bad or if he's just disinterested in the material. And I think it's a little bit of both.
If you die, the Earth still lives.
Yeah, but like thinking about but like you all are actors and like I'm an actress. There have been so many times where I don't agree with how the director wants me to act something, and then I have to act it, and I feel like a tool, and I know I'm being a tool, but it's because I'm being told I have to be a tool. And sometimes I wonder, is this really because the person sucks, or is this just really bad choice with the boss? Like the management has the problem. Like the skeletal, like we're the meat and but they're not, but they're like the bones. Like if there's a problem with the bones, it doesn't matter how good the meat is. It's the bones that sucks. It's a good matter. Yes, the foundation.
Oh, let me see. Yep.
Now my question is, they would have chopped down that branch.
Yeah.
That was just there for our shock value.
Yeah.
But they actually might have gotten rid of the entire tree. Like that's a crime scene.
You would think so, yeah.
They would like bring the tree to a lab and like big science, like Hannibal type lab scientists will be.
Yeah, it just happened to have a scorpion in the attic.
Stand alone.
But when it comes to like you're saying, like being forced to do stuff for like, you know, what I can understand, sometimes a director might have something specific in mind for also, like a scene.
That's how the eggs spread, by the way. But a good
director will say, okay, we'll do it the way that I want, but then we'll try your method too, because you never know in editing, when you're trying to put it together, your thing might be just what it needs.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people are very closed-minded, so
it's good. It's good to have options. I always say, like, there's no such thing as too much footage.
Always ask for a second take.
Yeah.
If
I'm directing something and like I have something in mind, and someone has a suggestion, I'm the type of person that'll be like, do it. Let's see it.
But it also depends if somebody has like the auteur, which is a bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, if they have that auteur attitude, then it's like, well, I'm the be all end all, and it's like, no.
Right, exactly. You might be missing hidden gems.
Yep.
It's like that's like the Stanley Kubrick method, where we're gonna get it my way, even if it takes 90 fucking times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he was very unorthodox and like the stuff that he did is illegal, like totally illegal.
He brought what's her name, Shelley Duvall to like, you know, he brought her to hysterics.
Yeah, no, she
like had
her
a
hair
nervous
was falling.
breakdown.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
hair was actually falling out. Yeah,
Apparently she was the only person he was doing that to. So it was almost like he was.
Oh, he was trying
to bully her and
Yeah.
his way.
No, he was trying to make her essentially like
He wanted her to be like naturalistic.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
he
but
was trying to make her
the
feel
edge.
terrified.
Poor girl, but this ultimately it is a job. You don't have to be this method. Like, my word.
Yeah.
And if your actor can't get to where you want them to go, it's the wrong actor, or it's the
or look for another way.
Yeah, not a way that makes them unsafe.
Yeah.
Was that X-23 sitting at the table?
Oh no, because that was a dude.
Oh, okay.
Oh
yeah, it's a son.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I saw this.
Yeah.
His hair is so long, like
it looked like Daphne Keane for a second.
How long is it going to be? Just an hour or two. No, I mean...
That is not Julie Delpy, sir. You're cheating on her.
Only after sunset.
Well, she kind of looks a lot alike.
I don't know. Maybe I love those movies.
Yeah.
I never saw those either.
The Before Sunrise, Sunset, and
those are romantic comedies, right?
No, they're. I don't know how to describe them. It's basically just like two people hanging out, and the camera's just kind of following them around.
It feels like it's a film experiment.
Yeah,
pretty much because
we're going to do one of these every 15 years.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which is what gave them the idea to do Boyhood.
Yeah. Yeah. I normally I don't like that kind of thing, but I watched it and I was like, the two of them are so good.
Wait, isn't that also Ethan Hawke?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it Richard Linklater?
Richard Linklater. Yeah.
I just auditioned for him and I did not.
Nice.
I did not get it. I mean, I don't know what it is going to be for, but I think it's.
You could have worked with Ethan Hawke.
I think the movie is like something with Sondheim, and I know that I had to act like an auditioner singing a part of Merrily We Roll Along, like a song from that, and I had to act like I didn't know my words in one version, and then I just had to sing it extremely high, like obnoxiously, awfully high. But yeah, I did not get it. But
hey, you got to audition for Richard Linklater.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes I don't like knowing the big name.
I don't even know.
It would honestly freak me out.
Yeah.
I don't even know if
that's why like when like some actors are like auditioning for a Star Wars movie or something like that, they don't tell them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
So the next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, like multi-millions of dollars.
Right. I don't want to know when like a reviewer is in the audience, like a critic. I definitely would. I think it's almost better for me to be in the dark.
So he's writing a book, right? That's what
he's a true crime author.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's already had a big success with one case. He cracked the case with one book, and so he's trying to figure out this particular case, which is. It's an interesting case in the sense that the whole family dies, but one child.
Yeah, the kid disappeared and nobody ever solved it, so he moved his family into that house just so he could investigate it.
You know, like a sane person would.
Yeah, like a responsible parent, you know. I'm sure he told them all about the murder house.
And once I found a mystery box full of films in the attic, I would have been like, nope!
Right, like we're getting back at realtors.com.
Yeah, burn it.
Maybe he thought he was going to see a snuff film, which pretty much does see.
Oh, Nicolas Cage like pops out of the shadows.
Yeah.
Wow.
The tape is real.
You guys, there's this new movie where he's like in everyone's dreams.
Yeah, dream scenario. Yeah,
I think I watched it. It's good, but it's a little bit. It actually gets real dark. And it's super depressing after a while.
It's A24, and that's pretty much their MO. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, so whenever he watches one of these movies, the music you're hearing isn't from the film's composer. It's like some techno band that Derrickson liked. Yeah. And he asked them to do like weird ambient, creepy tracks for them.
Oh, really? That is so cool. I like that. I mean, I think it fits the whole vibe of the movie.
And this movie does have one of the best jumps.
Yeah.
Like one of the best jolts I've ever gotten, like a scare, because I don't scare easy. I'm like,
you'll have to tell me at what point.
Lawnmower.
Yeah. That's one of the few things that I know.
Oh, shut up!
That's
yeah.
one of the few scenes that I've seen. Yeah.
Like, I don't jump. Like, I could watch a movie and not know there's a jump scare coming, and it'll hit, and I'll just be sitting there like completely. I don't move, but that got me.
I can't believe he continues watching.
Yeah, I know.
This is
no,
when you.
no one, what's up?
By the way,
it's like looking at a car accident. You can't look away.
But who tilted the camera?
The ghoul?
Oh!
I mean,
Yeah, he's a great cinematographer for a demon.
Dean Cundy shot it.
maybe he's SAG. I don't know.
He's part of the Cinematographers Guild.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm union, guys. And he's possibly an alcoholic.
I mean, I think I'd need a drink after seeing that.
Yeah.
That's not
He
a
did
bad
just watch a
idea.
snuff film. So let's watch it again.
Back into the left. Back into the left.
Now, is this called? Oh, I'm about to really embarrass myself. This is like not an 8-track because that's music. This
That's
is
Super 8.
called
Yeah, it's a Super 8 camera.
8.
Yeah.
Super 8. Wait, that's also a scary movie, right? Super 8.
No, that was like
That
a
was
science fiction
yeah.
style movie.
Oh,
J.J.
I hate
Abrams, yeah.
science fiction. I know.
She's in the tree.
Blaspheme.
She's in the tree.
Oh,
I'm going to spoil it for him right now so he can just get the fuck out of that house. She's in the tree.
oh.
Let's watch it. It's fun for the whole family.
Yeah.
Hey kids, we live in a murder house. Let's do it.
Like, definitely don't keep watching them. I have too much problem with like superstition and juju and bad karma and stuff like that. And I definitely, even if I was a crime author trying to solve something, this is just bleh.
I saw one night. I saw the footage from the Twilight Zone movie where the helicopter crashed on top of all those people and killed everybody.
Yeah,
and that haunted my fucking nightmares for like a week. So like seeing that Super 8 film of the hanging, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Nah.
Also, aren't you afraid of ghosts? Like, I know there are a lot of really cynical people who are skeptics and they like, don't believe in the supernatural or paranormal or whatever. But if there's going to be any kind of supernatural thing, it's not going to be like when you go to like Jewel or whatever. It's going to be like in this house.
Do they have Jewel in Louisiana?
No, I just knew that you guys have Jewel.
Throwing it back to the Midwest.
We have Winn-Dixie and Rouse's.
Nice.
Yeah, but
the ghost is doing the laundry.
gosh, this is a really helpful ghost.
I hope you separated the whites from the colors.
There's an alien outside my window.
Oh my god, that's racist.
It's like, there's an alien outside my window. I need a drink of water. Or whatever Alcohol President says.
I was talking about laundry.
It's
not
raining
racial
on the
relations.
horses. It's raining on the horses. It's a lot.
They're bagul tears. Like, why haven't you murdered your family yet?
These unicorns are lopsided corns. They're just not correct unicorns.
Flaccid corns.
They are. They're jutting out way too forward. It's more like Vlad the Impaler. Ask.
I like how all the rooms look junky except his office. His office.
Well, Daddy's got to get the big piece of chicken, right?
Oh, let's watch another one.
Just one more before I go to bed.
Let's do it.
It's like me watching a streamer. Like, all right, just one more before I go to bed.
Man, this seems like a lot of work. Like to make it perfectly aligned, and it's just it doesn't seem easy.
I used to be the guy in high school who would set all those up if somebody needed them.
Oh, really?
The old projectors and stuff like that whenever they needed to watch a
Do you have one of these?
No. But I wasn't really in the AV club. It was just that I kind of knew how to do it, so everyone would always ask.
Oh, admit it. Yes, you were. You had one of those, like.
My parents did. My parents had a Super 8 projector and all that. And then I found my dad's porn.
He actually had Super 8 porn?
Yep.
Wow.
I still have one.
Oh my gosh, that might be worth a lot now, don't you think?
I know.
If
I'm
you put it
trying
on
to sell
eBay?
it on eBay, but eBay, like, it's weird the way eBay's adult section works. But I found it when my dad died. We were going through all of his stuff, and I was like, "Oh, Mom, you mind if I keep this?" She was just like, "Get it out of my house."
Oh my gosh. I hate how this almost sounds like a creepy chant.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Yes, drink more, Ethan Hawke. It's just ice. But those were a lot of chains on that car.
Well, you gotta keep them inside.
Just seems wow. I mean, I guess you would have to have a lot of chains in order to wrap up a whole car.
King County Police, please. Yes, it is.
County Police Department, how may I direct your call? King County Police Department, how may I direct your call?
Homicide!
Hello?
Sir, you realize it's a felony to prank call the police. Oh, so he's going to do the sensible thing and decide, okay, it's time to move my family out of this house?
Box. Why?
You know how hard it is to move. Oh, imagine. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
They already sank all their savings into this house.
So let's just keep going.
Yeah. Pool Party 86, all right. Great year for science fiction. Oh, wait, that was 84.
Oh, boo. Ghoul.
hey, so that's so funny. Do you change your name each time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. You know who I forget is in this? Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so random. He doesn't even seem like he belongs.
I think he knows.
He wants sugar and water.
So it's just like, hey, can I call in a favor real quick?
I think I get him confused a lot with that other guy who's famous now. The guy who's Mark Ruffalo and Vincent D'Onofrio, they remind me of the same person.
Except like one's a foot taller than the other.
Oh, is that true?
One's
Really?
the Hulk and the other's the Kingpin.
Yeah, well, like Vincent D'Onofrio is like 6'8" or something like that.
Jesus.
No, that's why like he was born to play the Kingpin.
He's also the guy who's like, "This is my gun, and I will."
Yeah, Private Pile, or
Yeah.
from Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, that's it.
Kubrick movie, by the way.
Yeah, talking about Kubrick.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a Kubrick movie as well. I didn't
Yep.
know that.
He said, I was watching some documentary about him, and they said that normally he does, like I was saying, 90-some takes with people sometimes just to get what he wants. But when it came to Arlie Ermey,
One take.
because Arlie Ermey was ad-libbing all of his lines because he was a real drill sergeant in the military, he says he would only have to do like 1 or 2 takes with him because he would get it right every time.
Yeah. What's in the box?
Oh, shit!
And of course, this is from the trailer.
Like, get this kid in Cirque du Soleil right now. That's great balance.
Apparently, Rick Derrickson has a thing about people bending backwards like that because he did it in Emily Rose too.
Yeah.
I work with a lot of kids. I highly, if somebody had this big of a night terror, I mean, really, you're going into boxes
Yeah.
and like contorting your body.
Yeah, take him outside so everyone can hear. Everyone can share in the misery.
Calm down, Alexander Daddario.
Yeah, why are we outside, Dad? You trying to embarrass me? Gosh!
It's just the stress of the move. I found him in one of the moving boxes. He'll be all right in a few hours. Oh, Tracy.
What is it? What's the matter?
I want to tell you something.
Okay.
This is probably not the right time, though. I mean,
I'm just really sorry.
It's not your fault. Come on. It's cold. Let's go inside.
these like coffee machines that they are using, this French press, I don't really see the point. Like, what's the difference? Is it much of a different taste?
Just get a Keurig like everybody else. Nescafe. I don't know. I don't know anyone that's actually used a French press before like that, so I couldn't say.
I drink tea.
I probably should switch to tea, but it just is. That's like old people water. That's like flavored fake water.
Ugh.
Oh, that's so sad, Jeremiah. Because coffee is where it's at.
I usually use like double the whatchamacallit, the tea bags, so that way it's stronger.
Yeah, double the tea bags. Double.
I get double tea bag. I like to just, when I'm done with the, after the leaves have soaked, I like to just like dangle them in my face, like
You must be
getting teabagged by tea bags.
Maybe that's like your, speaking of porn, that could be your nickname. That's what you're known for.
Double tea bag.
Double tea.
That's his wrestling finisher.
Double Lipton.
No, the new hack is you buy like a LaCroix lemon. And you put a couple of tea bags in it, and you let it steep for like 20 minutes. Yeah. And then you get like this like lemon
iced tea.
That sounds delicious.
But it's carbonated. Yeah. That's like the new hack. People put them in Sprite most of the time. Yeah. But I saw somebody do it. Oh, we're watching Night Swim.
Oh yeah, I've seen commercials for that. Was it? It looks terrible.
Marco.
Polo. Drowno.
This is a lot of masking tape. All over them.
Whoever's pulling these things, that kid is powerful.
Oh my word. Oh, stop it. See, now that face in there like that, very upsetting. Triangular. It's very upsetting.
Did we just watch Ethan Hawke shit himself?
I pity the ghoul.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome to our podcast.
This character really never caught on. Like, you know how like you could get a Jeepers Creepers costume at Spirit Halloween, or you can get like a Scream costume. Nobody is looking for Bagul. Why is that?
I think the second movie kind of ruined it.
Yeah, they did. Because see, like this is a scary face. This is a scary mask.
Yeah, if they made at least another movie that was actually like good and made money, he probably would have caught on. But then again, we probably have 10 Sinisters by now.
Oh no!
This is why you don't leave it. This is not a fucking VCR, sir. You do not leave it paused.
I mean, impressive that he just like go gadget Googled, because it would take me like 90 years to figure this out. I can't even get an IKEA table together. This guy's gonna just magically become a film guy, and also he happens to have all the right
Yeah,
equipment.
just so happen to have the editing gear.
Yeah.
Like that's bull, but whatever. Suspension of disbelief, I guess.
He's
Hey,
pulling
sometimes Amazon does overnight delivery.
he's pulling a Fight Club. He's placed porn in there.
Wouldn't it? That would be like a funny little moment if they had boobs flashing, just like right now, like right before Bugul comes on, like boobs flashing, and then he's like, "Wait, what was that? Boobs?
Then
like
he would be called Boob Goal.
Well, no, that just made me think of.
Ew.
It just made me think of the scene in Airplane where everybody's panicking, and then all of a
No,
sudden,
so
like
the-
that lady.
They show the Jello mold.
No,
shaking.
not even that. No, this is the other thing.
She just runs in front of the
Yeah,
camera.
that's a topless person runs in front of the camera. And then runs
Oh my gosh! I think something scary is about to happen that I forgot about. Oh no, it didn't.
Ready, Jeremiah? You ready?
You know what they should have done? They should have had his face move when he turned away. I think that happens later in a different situation, but
This is why you don't have kids.
Stop it. What did you do?
You drew a picture with a permanent marker on a clock. You just in whiteboard. Tell me what you do.
Just when I think I have
Yeah.
it.
With 4 people hanging from it. Go to your room, Trevor. I need to speak to your father. His first day at school, Alison, and he's already hearing the grisly details of your mystery.
Well, what did he hear?
Exactly what he drew. That your book is about a family that was hung.
It actually hanged.
Oh yeah, right in the backyard.
It's actually hanged. Hung. A family that is hung means no. A family that is hung means they were very
well
off.
endowed. Well endowed.
Yes.
Make it okay.
All the better for teabagging.
Oh my God.
Bring it around. Bring it
Full
around.
circle. Full circle.
Oh.
I ain't drunk.
Dunkin' Do balls.
I'm drunk on Mountain Dew.
Ooh, is that an apple?
Yeah, they showed the operating system earlier when he was looking for the.
Oh yeah. Like,
And I was sitting there
like
going, I see
Safari.
that every day.
Yeah.
Oh, are you guys part of the cult? You guys are part of the cult.
I have a Mac. I have an iMac
Yeah.
just because it's good for editing. But
Does that mean you
that's
have?
the only,
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have. That's Mac. That's
So you have an iPhone?
no, I do not.
I do.
Um,
I like the user interface.
do you like look down on us because when we text you, it's green?
I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything, but
This one actually upsets me the most. I don't dig it. I mean, I didn't dig any of them, but
So like, the guy who wrote this was a what do you call it? A contributor to Ain't It Cool News.
Scott
He was like
Derrickson
one
or
of
the guy
people
is
that reports stuff. Cargill?
okay.
Cargill?
So it's the partner for that.
Yeah, he used to work for Ain't It Cool News as like a correspondent guy.
Oh,
There was
Chihuahua.
a big deal on that website when this was coming out. Don't forget to go and see Massa Worms movie.
oh my word, I really hate that. You know what I like about this movie too? I just
What
realized,
is it, man?
The dog did it because those fucking chihuahuas are evil.
Yeah.
like,
You
I
really look. It's a real life Ren from Ren and Stimpy.
like it's gory, but it's not gory. Like this
like
is
how they're
not a
hiding
lot
it
of
in
blood,
glasses.
you know.
Yeah.
It's very like it's happening, and there is some blood, but it's not over the top, you know. It's-
I like
It's not-
the fact that you were seeing it happen through like the reflection in his glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely no. This is
And that's of course they gotta blur it out or yeah.
Yeah. X rating.
is that it, like killing a child on film?
No,
is like
not
an
really. I
X
mean,
rating?
I've seen plenty of movies, but I mean, it's anything to avoid the X. You know.
Yeah.
You never know what the people at the NPA are gonna
Yeah.
balk at from one day to the next. We got to be tasteful about these
Yeah.
things.
I don't. He's not writing any of the families. Like, who are these families? Like,
Like this is like porn now. He's just addicted to
Yeah.
it. But what they're not showing is him running off to the bathroom and like wanking
Jerking it
one
off.
out.
oh yeah, that symbol. Right. It's like one of those, all those like macho guys who listen to Dave Matthews Band. Once upon a time, they have that like on their arm.
That was like the symbol for the
Like-
band.
I know,
did
it's
it.
like Celtic full. It just reminds me of all those Celtic, or like those. What is it called when there's wire and there's barbed? It's called barbed wire.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't think of barbed wire. I got there. But
Don't worry, most people have forgotten about that movie.
because like that's another thing that they have, not just Celtic
I
symbols,
saw that.
barbed wire.
It's like, it was the weirdest remake of Casablanca I've ever
Yeah.
seen. 110% more titties.
Down collar baby.
Like, print. It's standing in for him spanking it.
Oh, I'm definitely not good. You have to be a technological person to be a sleuth in this, because I wouldn't know to contrast. I wouldn't know to do
That's
all
just
this.
some Photoshop shit.
Yeah.
Actually, the direction that he moved it would have made it darker.
Stupid Ethan Hawke.
Yep.
Should
Learn
have
your
done his
terms. Learn how that Mac works, brah.
Grisly murders of a local family found earlier this week. Police have released this photo of Christopher Miller, the missing 13-year-old
That's
son,
Judge Janine Shapiro from Fox.
along with their younger
I think
son,
it is.
inside their home. And police now are asking for any information that could lead to
I really want one of those sweaters, like this sweater with like these weird. I don't know what
Wire
you call
knit.
it.
Yeah.
Well, no, but
Cuffs.
look at the elbows. He has like
Oh, the
leather
leather.
on his elbow. Leather.
No, that means he's like some college professor or something.
Yeah, that's why I want
He needs a pipe.
He's an old soul.
Yes, he needs to have a pipe. You know.
It's like Mr. Belvedere.
And his wife comes in. Why are you looking at pictures of kids?
Oh my god, this is just no. It's a
Use
no.
the contrast. I can't see anything.
Yeah, this is what happens when you move the slider in that direction, bro.
I don't know how many signs someone has to have before they finally decide, let's call it a day. Let's throw in the towel. But he
Let's not kid
doesn't.
ourselves, Allison. We've seen this movie. We know how much it takes.
Ugh.
I would have been out. The Scorpion. The Scorpion was it
Yeah.
for me. That was the first 5 minutes.
Like, what are we living in fucking Arizona?
Yeah, like we don't know what city it is because they won't say, but I don't think
It
it
has
is.
a feeling like Seattle to me.
Yeah, it's very like lush and green, so it's not the.
What was I say? Did they show like what the state troopers? Like,
We'll
they have,
we'll
like,
see them a few more times. We'll see.
It'll say like
'Cause I don't know how often are we running around as finding scorpions? Like this is a sign of evil.
I
I
mean,
like to hang out in rainy weather.
a lot of
areas.
times they like they like to come up and they're all like, "Here I am, rock you like a hurricane."
That's my favorite thing you said. Oh, I love that.
Oh,
Oh,
scorpions.
you can tell we're getting old when we're referencing
got it.
80s bands.
I get there eventually. I just got it.
Oh,
Delayed reaction.
Yeah, a little bit. I was like, oh, scorpions. Oh. I thought you were just making like a joke, like they're just like, oh, we come out of nowhere,
Yeah.
bam.
Oh.
Look at all these crazy lighting setups to make everything look spooky.
Like, definitely, there's not one nightlight in this friggin' hallway. Oh,
Bagoo.
Oh, great! The generator blew up.
and if I was his wife, I would be so livid right now. This asshole can never just go to sleep with me. It's always be like 5 hours after me. What a loser.
He's got to write that book. Which have not seen him put pen to paper yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also he doesn't have a day job. That's what the day is for.
It's like, what were you doing all night long, fingering my keyboard?
Have you guys ever had one of those?
Fingering
Attic?
the keyboard?
Like, no, not that. This ladder
Oh,
situation
no.
in an attic.
I did. I had one in like the first house I grew up in. Like, I mean, it wasn't. It didn't like it folded. It didn't slide down like that one does.
In every movie I've ever seen one, it's always such a nuisance. I always think of Christmas Vacation when Clark like falls out of it. But also that part of the movie is so annoying because he makes a huge hole with his body and then he doesn't shimmy down.
Yeah.
Like, instead of shimmy down, you already made a hole. Make the hole bigger.
Yeah, the damage has been done.
Oh.
No, we had an attic at my house, but we never used it because the door to get into the attic was in the ceiling of my parents' closet in their bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you don't want to
we
mess
never
with that.
bothered.
Yeah. Oh, they were always in the two
We had
houses.
a crawl space though.
In the two houses I had that had attics, they were always the opening was always in the garage.
Like crawl spaces is where like all the trolls and leprechauns live.
Oh, I don't know what it is. I'm not claustrophobic or anything like that, but whenever I would go into the crawl space, I would have a panic attack.
Well, for good reason. It is where like monstrous rats live.
It's
And
weird. I had to start
cockroaches.
sweating. I don't know if it was humid or there was not a lot of like clean air down there because there was like it had like pebbles for the base.
Yeah.
Like there was just a lot of debris in the air or whatever, but it was crazy.
What if you found a dead body? Of course.
Like, Mom and Dad, what have you been up to?
Suddenly it's LA Confidential.
Yep.
We are from Chicago. John Wayne Gacy, crawl spaces.
See, and that was a copperhead in my house.
Oh, I mean, it's coral snake, but remember, was it red and yellow kill a fellow, red to black venom lag? Or yellow to black venom
What
lag.
is that? Can you write me that on Facebook later? I never heard that in my life. Red
that's how you can tell. Yeah.
kill a fellow.
That's how you know if a whatchamacallit, a coral, if it's a coral snake, and then there's another snake that people confuse with the coral snake. And yeah, so if it's like red, if red is touching yellow, then it'll kill. It says kill a fellow. If it's red black, it touches black and then yellow. It's like red to black venom lack, I think is what it is. So
that means one of them is not as dangerous.
well, one of them is not like a coral snake is like super venomous, and can kill you, whereas like the other one that looks like a coral snake, which I forget what it is not venomous. So it can bite you, but it won't kill you. But a coral snake can actually kill you if it bites you.
Oh, yeah, you want to avoid that.
Yeah.
So when you found the clue, I kind of half expected to hear this. Not that.
Uh-oh. Just shimmy down the hole.
Yes. Allison told you about this in advance, guy.
I sure did, and I forgot that happened in this as well. Oh my gosh.
All right, look for...
No, when you found the clue, I expected to hear this.
Of course you know. Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. Wait, let's
see if we can find out where they're from.
Let's see. Yeah, look at his badge and...
Let's go see this whole.
Is he in love with Bill Hader? In this one too?
Oh, Bill Hader's in love with him.
Bill Hader's in love with him.
Bumping footsteps in the attic after the power went out.
Oh, there. I was with you when we saw it.
Yeah.
It's not possible to close it.
We also watched somebody get punched in the face repeatedly.
Yeah.
Watching the first one.
Oh.
I didn't say anyone was up there. I just said it sounded like there was an intruder.
Oh,
I
Chicago.
did see a small snake, though.
Snakes don't have feet.
Well, not anymore. After they deceived Eve.
Squirrels with no way up there. All the power going off.
This is one of those people, like the whole Tommy Boy situation. Did you eat paint chips when you were a kid?
Why?
this guy, he reminds me of that other guy that okay, so like he's like becoming this bigger character actor, but he's like all relatively still kind of unknown-ish. Like he's not as big as Ethan Hawke, right? This guy.
Yeah.
So he reminds me of the guy from National Treasure.
Oh, you're talking about Nicolas Cage's it's like
Yes.
assistant? Yeah.
Because he's also that guy was also in The Hangover.
Yeah.
He was
And
the guy
he-
that kept on disappearing.
Yeah.
And
was
and
Doug.
like and so part of it is like they're like this is a pretty cool career in the sense that he still gets to keep his anonymity to a degree.
Yeah.
I bet he can go to the grocery store and like it might be getting harder.
For a minute
But
there, I thought he said Patton Oswalt. It's all, like my mind just when I see Oswald now, my mind goes to Patton.
oh, by the way, Ethan Hawke's character's name is Ellison. Ellison. That's his name in this.
His
And it's
first
almost
name or
like
last? I
Allison.
guess it would be his first name
It's
since he's Mr. Oswald.
Allison Oswald, and it's like for one, Allison's not even a name, so whatever. That's made up shit. But
That's his name in this, by the way.
it's almost.
So and so.
So.
Oh yeah, that's his credit at the very end. It says Deputy So and So.
Do they give him a name in the sequel? Because I know he's like the main guy.
No. Not that I remember.
Yeah.
But then again, I've been trying to forget that movie, so.
Yes.
This one has an element of surprise. That one, there was no surprises. It was just like eye rolls.
It was just, let's just make the most easy horror movie
Yeah.
ever and copy everything else that's out there kind of bullshit.
Well, Derrickson didn't even come back for that one, right?
No.
Yeah.
Because he was doing
Strange,
Doctor
probably
Strange
at that
in
point.
that.
Yeah.
But like when it came out, when the second one came out, everyone at my job was like excited about it. And one of the guys that I worked with in my department went to see it the first weekend. And when I came in on Monday, he was just like, "Oh yeah, I saw Sinister 2," and I was like, "Oh yeah, how was it?" He's like, "Save your money." And I honestly, I watched it for the first time like maybe 2 years ago.
Oh.
Saw that it was on HBO Max, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Yep, that was shit."
Don't be sorry. I know the move's been hard for you.
Try now.
Wait, I have a really dumb question. The fight that they had in the kitchen, is that when she found out that this was their house?
Yeah, the murder.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Someone told the kid, I guess.
Yeah, someone told the kid at school, and then
She's
got
awful, like lovey-dovey for a woman who has just been told a tremendous lie.
We live in the murder house. Yeah, she's very forgiving.
Yeah.
God, how self-absorbed when he watches his own shit. Oh wait.
Self-flagellation.
It's like I don't watch Winter in Construction. That's weird.
I don't.
I don't, but sometimes if someone will bring something up, like the other day we were talking about, oh my gosh, you guys, I want to tell you this real bad. Should I tell you the short version or should I wait till the end and tell you a story?
Tell us a story.
Okay, so like when I first moved here to New Orleans, my boss, she was like, we have to talk to you in the office. And I was like, okay. And they're like, we saw your website and we just want you to know that we support you, but you have to get rid of your porn. And I was like, what are you saying? And she's like, the porno that you have attached to your website, you had to put it down. And I was like, and I was in a panic. I was like, I've never done porn.
Is it the burlesque show thing?
No, it was
That's the
snuff.
snuff film, dude. It's the thing where I
shit.
choke her out.
And
I immediately got that.
And then she's like, well, my husband actually said it's called a parody, but we're going to need you. And in my head, it never occurred to me that it was like, because, super technically, I was very covered. I wasn't like slutty at all. I never swear.
About that.
I never swear. But she's like, well, you are tied up. So we're going to need you to put that down.
I wonder if your husband masturbated to that.
When Paul does the thing in the background when he bites his lip. There's like, honestly, the thing about that is it is not sexual in the slightest.
Yeah.
No, but just because they're a preschool, they just didn't want one of their teachers to be tied to a mattress. I get it. But it did like really shock me. Like I felt electric volts when she said porn, like an elderly woman saying you need to get rid of your porn. like made my stomach
Just
die.
imagine her.
I made something that's considered porn.
I was in something apparently that was considered porn.
You were,
So
the
was
one, hey, you
Allison.
were the one that slapped your own ass in it.
No.
Uh,
Oh god, I could just see her. I could see her boss going, "Now, me and my husband watched it several times, and it's hot stuff. But you just got to take it off your website."
and she like took my hands, and I was just so like, oh, this is just the most dirty I've ever felt.
I apologize for that. Completely.
No, I maintain it's fun. It was funny. That was one of the funniest ones we ever
Paul had a
did.
problem with it though.
Yeah.
Paul had.
I
a
know,
real
I
problem with
remember, but like I was fine with it.
I was
I'm the
like,
one who should have been. If anyone was upset, it should have been no one. We all knew what we were signing up for. It was called
Yeah.
Snuffed. My God.
Well, the thing is like the whole point was, yeah, she's wrestling control away from everybody by doing these things, but at the end of the day, it's still a snuff film.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Oh.
I do regret ending it the way that I did. I kind of wish that the way that it ended when Jeremiah, you start choking her, and she goes like, I'm not feeling it,
Yeah.
or whatever, and you kind of like back up all confused. All of a sudden, her hands just magically
And she walks
come
off.
loose, and
Like,
she goes,
walks
"I'll be in
off-
my
Yeah,
trailer."
just walks off set. Yeah.
And everybody stands there like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, very. I did get some comments from friends like it's so dark at the end.
Yeah,
I
I
was
kind of
like,
wish I ended it
well, you know.
differently. In hindsight, I wish I ended it differently. Because honestly, I think that'd be funnier. It's like all of a sudden her hands are just magically
because
untied.
it's the whole. It fits with the whole actress walking off set.
Yeah, it's like, I'll be in my trailer if you need me, kind of thing.
Oh, you guys, watch
yes.
this. Watch this. This is a moment.
Oh, it
Guys,
turns.
this
Its
is-
head turns.
They showed this in the trailer.
Yeah.
This is one of those moments that I wish they didn't ruin.
Yeah,
It's legit creepy to.
they have to show some of the best things in the trailer, otherwise we won't see it. But it does ruin it. Like you're a cop. He's not a cop, and you're giving him all this private information.
So and so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
And you know, the moment he hung up the phone, he was just like, "What do you say again?"
Yeah. Oh, what? Oh, here we go. There it is.
Oh my God. Oh, I
see
hate
you.
it so much. He has like
That is
no
legit.
mouth.
Yeah.
That's the problem. No mouth. Like a big splotch for a mouth.
Oh, hands.
I think that's.
Oh. Oh.
Suddenly in a J horror movie.
Yeah. Ringu.
I mean, gosh, this is like this is an even bigger red flag.
We all float down here.
Everything floats down here.
Are you guys excited about Welcome to Derry?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, they're doing like a prequel about how
It's like
the formation of the town.
Oh, okay.
yeah, and it's like going to be an episodic. I don't think it's a
TV show.
movie. It's
Oh, what's it going to be
I
on?
think it's on HBO.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, do I really need backstory on Pennywise? Not really, but I'll watch it.
I mean, I that is one of the scare. I mean, when I was a kid growing up, I think I was just I think I knew about John Wayne Gacy, but I didn't understand. And then I knew about it, and I didn't understand. So I fused them both together, and I was like, "This shit is real.
Clowns
This
are,
shit is real."
clowns are evil.
Oh my gosh, why is this playing?
Yep. Expose your child to porn.
Yeah, you want my fat little mind.
I love true crime so much. Like I kind of like if it wasn't for cooking shows, true crime and drag, I don't watch TV really. And like I always say, like I always talk about like what I would do, what I would have done this, why they messed up here. But if I was married to someone who did this, I don't think I could be. It would just be too much and too creepy. And like, how do you know that they're not going to snap?
Well,
he's showing signs.
Yeah. Also, as I pointed out at the very beginning, don't move into a murder house.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my word. Just.
Yeah, I've actually kind of gotten into watching true crime stuff on now that I've been watching HBO Max. Well, sorry, Max a lot now, and they have a lot of that kind of stuff there.
Yeah, there are a lot of really good ones.
Oh my God, Hickory, the demon's only weakness.
The Louisville Slugger. To the bleachers, Bagul.
This is very foggy.
That's what makes me think it's like, Seattle or like the Washington area.
Could be Portland.
Portlandia could have done a sketch of this.
But they would have been polite to Bagul.
Like,
would have taken him to coffee.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's dumb kid at all times.
Oh. Seriously, handcuff that kid to the bed before he sleeps.
That's how you get pneumonia, kid. What was the ones that I watched? Oh, they call him Mostly Harmless.
Oh, that's good. I think it was solid. Yeah. Part of me was a little, it actually, I like how it didn't really have like a good ribbon at the end because ultimately, I don't want to give away everything.
Quick, use your lightsaber on that dog.
Let's see, I watched that. I watched the one about Natalia Grace.
That's
Natalia Grace. That was
huge. And I don't know if you got Lifetime channel, but then Lifetime had so the original version is on that, right? Oh, the children. But then Natalia, there's another documentary that Natalia Grace is like the star of.
Yeah, that they consider that the second season.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they have both of them on HBO.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the first season is about the parents telling their side of it. The second season is about her telling her side of it.
To be honest, that documentary made me realize that I think that both parties are lying about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know that anyone is totally innocent.
That dad, every time he spoke, I just wanted to slap him.
He was over the top.
Dramatic.
Yeah.
It's like he's always crying or just like over exaggerating things, and then how did your wife beat Natalia? And then he gets on his hands and knees and actually beats the floor with his fist to the point where he.
Yeah, it was.
Like, what are you doing?
Overkill. Total overkill.
He's overcompensating for whatever reason.
Did you guys watch Twin Flames?
I've never heard of that one.
It's there's two documentaries and they're both pretty good, but one's on Netflix and the other I think is on HBO Max. But it's basically just this new cult. It's a cult and it's bizarre and
I think I've seen that one show up when I'm surfing it.
Yeah, you have to watch it. It will make your jaw drop 90 times.
I watched the one about the granddaughter who finds out their granddad might have been a serial killer.
Oh yeah, we watched that. It was
that one.
Okay.
I was like, well, there's really no resolution here.
Right, and then she's like, "Oh, he might have been the Zodiac." I'm like, "Fuck yourself." Fuck yourself.
I love that. Fuck yourself.
God. So you want to make this bigger than it really is?
They're just waiting for season 2 until they reveal the real, if he really was
the real killer.
Yeah.
There's also
that reminds me of a joke. I think at this point now everybody's probably heard it, but say what you will about OJ, because there's some people that are on his side, other people who do think he was guilty. But look, however you feel about him, one thing he can at least, rest in peace knowing that the killer of his wife is dead.
Oh my
One that I
gosh.
saw that made me laugh was it was a picture of, remember that chase that he had on the highway
Yeah.
with the Mustang, or not, what was it, the Bronco?
Yeah.
Someone was like, if this is not what his funeral procession looks like, there's a really missed opportunity.
I saw that. Yeah. Oh wait. It's like he's got his badge. Maybe I noticed he has the patch, and I looked away. Maybe it'll say where they're from.
They're doing a really hard job to like cover it up, I think.
It just says
I think
county
it says
sheriff.
Cobb or Core.
What was that?
County. It just says
Yes,
county sheriff.
Yeah.
Want me to run interference for you?
Oh, that was my phone going off.
Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me.
You really want to help?
Maybe if they
You-
show a car.
Yeah.
You would also really like Don't Fuck with Cats, but that's old. Did you see that?
Hey, so it's Pennsylvania.
They're in Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Or is that killing in Pennsylvania?
No, that was the girl that's missing from the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
right.
a scam in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
I guess it gets foggy in Pennsylvania.
Maybe.
The mystery of the film isn't solved.
They're really serious. They're really spread out, and not just regionally, but over time. The first one I found dates back to the 60s.
1960s?
No, the
1860s.
1860s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of that at the same
The
time.
2060s.
I don't know.
Look at the methodology. Toxicology reports in some cases the killer drugged his victims.
Like what?
Well, they couldn't tell for sure. But by drugging them, the killer removes his
Of
needs.
course, it was the date rape drug.
Here he is, the tree branch to do the heavy lifting in Sacramento. He lived
You know, the way the cop character was kind of a dope. I'm half expecting to look at Ethan Hawke and be like, "Did you build like a spaceship out of a tilt-a-whirl car or something once?"
Weren't you an explorer?
Yeah.
The killer murdered the entire family except one, a child, which he took with him. That and this symbol appears in several of the crime scenes.
That looks like something from out of the occult.
You think?
You might
Or he's
work
stooge.
Oh, I'm assuming this is going to be
He's an occult expert.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Screaming on some of the
Got a picture of Christine.
weirders.
The car's on fire.
I think this qualifies.
Show me.
So where do you think that drowning happened?
That's what I need you to find
Run
out.
over the fat kid.
Pin him in the alley.
Yeah.
They're remaking that now.
What are they remaking?
Christine.
Oh God, why?
Because no one
'Cause
cares
there's-
about Carpenter or Carpenter's vision, which was great.
Everyone just there's not an original idea.
Well,
After the remake of Firestarter, which
yeah.
I said was probably the worst movie I saw that year, I was like, don't make any more Stephen King remakes.
No, and that's the
please.
thing is like they've remade almost every one of John Carpenter's movies too. And it's like at this point.
Wait, is this? Oh no. Oh, this is the part you were talking about.
Is it?
Was
Yeah.
the lawnmower?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the part that
Yeah.
like just creeped me out to no end.
Yeah.
Like if there was one image that stayed with me after the movie was over, it was the lawnmower scene.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it makes me never want to do lawn work.
Not at night.
makes me think of the movie The Lawnmower Man.
No. Yep.
Who's it, a lawn boy?
This murder brought to you by Lawn.
By Snapper.
Brought to you by Craftsman.
I mean, I guess like we had to know that was what was coming, but still,
It's just the way it happens, like the where the light is. Like you don't really see it happen until it's like right there.
Oh, so you don't want to.
Yeah. That just got me so bad.
It's going to damage the blade.
I legit jumped.
do you like go to those places called Lowe's and you go to them and go, "Hey, I'm gonna need a new part for my lawnmower. I was running over a bunch of human beings."
It's running over a
There's a
cube.
problem with my lawnmower. I was wondering if you could help me. What's wrong with it? There's a nose stuck in the exhaust.
Oh no, it's I ran over a root.
So is that somewhere you go? Lowe's. You go to Lowe's.
Lowe's or
Home Depot.
yeah, Home Depot.
I don't go to those places. That's why I don't know.
Hello. Hey, thank you.
Hey, get that jelly donut out of your mouth.
This is back when Skype was new and,
Yeah.
and Skype was still a thing.
Before Zoom.
Yep.
Exactly what cases that you were studying.
Wait, how would you know what cases I was looking at?
The symbol that you sent me is
Also, I require sugar and water.
Yeah. They're better.
I'm gonna put my hands on my hair.
He made that movie.
Yeah.
He fucking made that.
Yeah.
It's from the late 90s in St. Louis. The other one, the car hood, that is from Sacramento. That's about 30 years ago.
Tell me about the one in Sacramento.
It's a symbol associated with the worship of a pagan deity.
A deity? What kind of deity?
Of a very obscure one.
Backing up into Dragnet territory.
I mean, also, had this been Sumerian, it would have been Gozer.
Eater?
Yes,
But it's Babylonian. So,
Jessica. The crimes that you're dealing with, they
would have
are
been a great. You know what? Actually, that'd be great. Have a Ghostbusters Sinister crossover.
each.
Yeah.
You know what? If they do another Ghostbusters movie, I still haven't seen
Yeah.
that. If they do one,
all the
base it off that episode of the cartoon with Sam Hain.
Divide. Now, each
The Halloween episode they did with the big pumpkin-headed guy.
Oh, okay, yeah,
It's actually legit kind of scary.
Yeah.
tricks these children away from the physical world and traps them in his own netherworld. And he consumes their souls over time.
Oh my
Any
god.
worship of
Their
this
delicious souls.
sacrifice,
All he needs is a side of barbecue.
Still eating a child.
That is it.
Eating children?
Oh, sorry, this is my assistant.
AKA my wife.
of course, the few times that this symbol has shown up,
Alive.
the crimes have been related in any way to any of this. So this might be more of a
Would you like it? It has
yeah,
vagina like a wizard sleeve.
there's been another one, hasn't there?
No. Nope.
I think so. Yes.
You were in the house, didn't you?
Everything was
Didn't you?
Hey, is that symbol in any of the by the tree?
I don't remember if it was in the second one or not.
I don't think the symbol is anywhere to be found in the hanging. Unless, of course,
Unless it was on the tree or.
On
Could have been on the tree, could have been on the house, like behind the camera. But then again, there's still more footage of the hanging we haven't seen yet. So
oh, right.
speaking of,
Yeah. This is the thing where his. Yeah. Also, the fact that this thing just seems to turn itself on a lot is.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
huge
my
red
gosh! I
flag.
think something scary is in the back of him.
there's
Am
4
I
letters
right?
that apply right now.
Oh my god! No, that's just.
GTFO.
Oh, I remember, but I totally was wrong. Nothing was behind him right now. That was his own shadow. I got scared about his own shadow and reflection in the photograph frames.
Hmm.
Do you remember Signs when he's like, swing, Meryl, swing?
Yeah, swing away.
Yeah, swing away. The only part of that movie that I thought was scary was that video of the alien walking in the alley.
Yeah.
I don't think it was scary, but I thought it was great. I love M. Night. I do.
I'm actually kind of excited about his new one.
The Trap. Is it
Yeah.
called Trap? Yeah.
And there's oh, what your name is?
Sometimes I really do
That's
want
kinda
to
cool.
like
In
look
slow motion.
up like how children psychologically deal with like being on sets like this.
Oh, well, there's that story about it.
What about it?
That story you were telling, I think it was Angelo. Who were we talking about? Where you're doing great. I like what you're doing with the character
Which one?
from It.
I don't remember that.
When the kid that broke his arm
Oh, yeah.
and he. Okay, so
I can't remember.
in the first It.
Yeah.
the scene-
I remember the guy who is Eddie Spaghetti. He's the
Yeah.
young, like the blonde kid.
Yeah. So it's like that scene where he's in the kitchen. He had broken his arm or whatever it is, and Pennywise like comes out of the refrigerator and like untwists himself, and the kid is like screaming bloody murder, like just
Yeah.
screaming like he's scared out of his wits.
Yeah.
And then the director yells cut, and
Bill Skarsgård.
Skarsgård walks
Yeah.
up to the kid and he goes, he's gonna say, "I'm sorry if I'm doing anything that's gonna scare you." Was what he was gonna say.
Yeah.
But the kid
it
looks at
is.
him dead in the face and goes, "I absolutely love what you're doing with the character."
Yeah. I completely forgot about that.
The kid said, "I absolutely love what you're doing with the character."
Yeah.
And Skarsgård just kind of like, "Oh."
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah.
he thought he was legit scaring the kid to death on set.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable. But I do think that there needs to be some kind of, I don't know. I think, hey, I've been acting all my life. If I had gotten a part in like a movie like this, I think how do you not take it home with you a little? It's creepy.
Well, there was, there was a Pet Cemetery documentary where they talked with Milo, what's his face?
Miko Hughes.
Miko Hughes, yeah. And how, like, when he was on set, like, because he says, like, he has very vague memories of it because he was, like, 3 or whatever. But,
3 or 4, yeah.
but he says he does remember, like, the thing whenever they kind of made it a game, like, oh, yeah. But then I guess the one part he said he remembers getting freaked out about was the Judd scene when he bites his Adam's apple out. Because he said, because the way that Herman Munster, why can't I think of his name? Fred Gwynn, just his reaction was like that. I guess that freaked him out as a kid, like because he thought he was, because he thought he was hurting him.
Oh.
Sweetheart, we got to talk about something.
What are you doing, Murph?
Like, if he just gave 2 shits about his own family, he would have noticed that she drew the fucking ghost on her gosh darn wall.
Yeah, she drew the hanging.
Yeah. Bad Parenting, the movie.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like Sinister or How to Be a Horrible Parent.
Careful, this bat's corked.
No, that's illegal.
that's why I use it for home defense.
There's so many rules.
And jump scare. No. It's coming.
So you guys have seen the Black Phone? Because he's very
I
loved it.
I have it.
I
yet.
loved it too. Oh, it's really good.
I missed seeing it in the theater, but I think it came to was it Max, I guess.
Yeah.
And I watched it there, and I was just kind of like, well, if this is
football practice,
something that Stephen King's son wrote, I want more.
Oh, shut up! Stephen King's son wrote that.
Joe Hill.
Yeah, Joe Hill.
Well, I really loved Horns that he did as well.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that. Is it good? I thought that was more like
it's weird,
fantastical.
It's a little fantasy-esque, but it's got a lot of horror stuff going on in it too.
It was also kind of like one of the first adult roles that Daniel Radcliffe played, and Juno Temple for that matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was one that I was kind of iffy on, but it's stuff like that, like Horns and Swiss Army Man, and Guns Akimbo. That makes me really respect Daniel Radcliffe for not taking the easy route. With his career, like instead of just playing easy, character like pretty boy characters, he's always doing something.
And don't forget about Beat It or Eat It, the Weird Al movie that he's in.
Oh my gosh, he's so good in that.
Yeah. That movie cracks me up. It was so funny.
Weird about the Stevensons.
Like he just takes the roles that he finds interesting. Instead of like the ones that would make him money. Because he's got the money. He doesn't
he doesn't need to do that anymore. He can finally do all like what he just thinks is creatively stimulating.
Supposedly
I like him for that. I really like him for that.
Supposedly he's a Wolverine variant in Deadpool. Like
I thought he would make a great Wolverine.
Yeah, because I think there's the scene where it's supposed to be in like Mad Rapport, and he's wearing because it's clearly like the patch persona that Wolverine had in the comics, and he's wearing the white tux, and they show him from behind. Supposedly people say that's Daniel Radcliffe.
It'd be funny if Mel Gibson.
That's what they wanted back in the early 90s.
Wait, you guys, no, this is wrong. She doesn't know they're living there. I think that's what he just said.
The kid was told.
Yeah, because she said because we find out that because that was the whole thing. She got mad at.
Yeah, I know. Then why did he just say? Does she know?
I don't know. I missed that. I'm afraid I missed that.
I don't believe in any, stuff.
Stuff you mean the supernatural, the metaphysical, the paranormal, that type of stuff?
Right.
Right.
Even though I've seen a lot of crazy shit the
Yeah.
last few days.
Yeah,
I just have a lot of electrical problems.
We are having this conversation.
But there was none of that, none of that with the Stevensons, huh?
I didn't know Caleb's family lived there.
Oh shit! You might want to ask him if he's okay.
Yeah.
Never had a police call on them or reported anything bizarre that came up in the investigation.
He does have 2 children, and one of them's a girl, so it could be.
Yes.
Bagoo!
Yeah. All
I
the children
think
are like
that
freaking
the
teenagers. This
stuff in
one
the
get
house
bored.
and immediately set about trying to
I feel like this is not a real deity though, because I think I looked up right after this came out like pagan deity Bagul, and like I everything comes back to this movie.
Yeah.
So unless
It's probably just fictional or based off of
Just made
something.
up.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I will say I'm the worst at research. Like if I'm like, unless it's totally simple, like a cut and dry answer, black and white answer, then I can find those on Google. But like
Yeah.
if it's like a deeper question,
I
no.
mean, it could just be based off of something that's like Derrickson and who was the other guy?
Cargill.
Cargill. Like they probably like, ooh, we found out about this child demon possessor demon thing. Let's kind of start with that and then build from there.
Oh, you'll know Cargill. He also wrote some. It's John Carpenter has directed something he wrote
Yep.
too.
I'm sorry. You know what?
Which and the cuts. It's funny because the cuts, some of the film stuff is very similar to Cigarette Burns. And this,
Well, he wrote for a movie website, so
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense.
yeah.
I thought something was in the house.
Early Daryl and that movie, or in that, I guess,
Holding
would it be a short film or an episode? What would you call it?
It's an episode.
Yeah.
I guess if I thought something was in my home,
One Daryl Dixon. Well, for some reason, I can't think of his real name.
name.
Norman Reedus.
yeah.
If you sleep in this house, it's just gonna do terrible things to your head.
No shit.
All right, I'll stay in the house.
What's going on?
There's a clog.
Apparently thought there wasn't enough room on the walls for a new painting.
No, that's not
What
it.
did we talk about? It was only gave you one rule. It was a big deal for us to let you paint in your walls. What was it? What's the rule, Ashley?
It only goes in the wall.
What makes you think you can paint out here?
I want to paint a picture, but she didn't want to learn because the
Hold answer. All of a sudden, she's like, I drew that girl from Showgirls.
She's eating dog food or puppy chow.
Yeah.
her daddy's writing his book about.
Where are you from? Lots of places.
Ashley, go to your room and shut the door.
That sweater's probably getting pretty ripe at this point.
Yeah.
What the hell were you thinking? Did you think I wouldn't find out?
Of course I know.
And how does she talk?
Oh,
about
see,
it?
did you think I wasn't gonna find out?
But that was what they were arguing about earlier.
Oh.
Unless she was saying that somebody told her kid that and she didn't
Yeah.
believe it.
Okay, and then he probably said, "No, it's not
Yeah,
true."
okay.
Nobody here, okay? It's not like we're speaking with somebody in the field. It's not like they had the light.
However, that tree that our
It was
children
only
like
in the
to,
back. No, before he goes, it was only in the backyard.
yeah, and that tree that our children love to play on. Okay, that was the murder tree.
Yeah.
No, Alison, it doesn't. You have done some crazy shit in the past, but this definitely takes the cake.
Her accent is coming and going.
Yeah, who is
Always
she?
do so.
Who is this person?
Oh. Well, she's obviously British.
So that territory last week.
I just don't know her name.
happened here.
Let's see. It is scroll. Judy
From a
or,
tree
or Juliet Rylance.
Can you let on the
I never.
right there?
Huh? I don't know if I've ever seen her before this.
She was in the Nick.
Juliet
And
Rylance.
Missing technically.
she's an American Gothic. So she's primarily a British actress.
After the King that just came out.
Yeah. A Dog's Purpose.
She likes movie with dogs.
Yep.
Yeah, Sinister.
Animal.
Ethan Hawke, stop smoking.
I'm starting to sound like Nick Nolte over here. Ah, damn it, Reggie. What else do you want from me?
Oh, and I realized that the girl who plays the daughter in this was one of, she was one of the Poison Ivy's on Gotham.
Oh.
Details of some horrific tragedy.
Oh, the little kid. Yeah.
Yeah. There are also like 3 different actors or actresses who play Poison Ivy because there's a thing that we're aging.
Yeah.
I hate watched that show because it was awful.
I gave up after like the second season.
I mean, I hate watched it.
Once Jerome showed up as the Joker.
Yeah. I mean, I hate watched it just solely so when people would tell me what a good show it was. I could say, no, this is why it's bad. And they go, you probably didn't watch the show. And I would always say, never missed an episode.
Opposite of the Masters of the Universe show.
Yes.
You know, I love fighting scenes, but they're just so difficult when it comes to yelling.
Okay, so remember when I met you at that directing class at that school in Chicago?
Yeah, didn't I meet you through Alaric?
Yeah. Because you're in his movie, and I was the cinematographer for it. So
wait, you did the Cold Story?
The one where you had to sing a little bit?
Oh, that.
Yeah, that was the one that I shot for Alaric.
Yeah.
But the one that I directed, I got my teacher was mad about it because it was that interrogation scene, and the whole point was that Kelly was supposed to wrestle control away from the interrogator by frustrating him to the point that he's cool and controlled up until a point. And then Kelly frustrates enough that he breaks, and then she's like, now I have control.
Yeah.
He didn't like the fact that I had Don, who was playing the interrogator, yell.
Yeah.
And he was just like, that's just cheap.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, that was the show that he broke, she broke him. That was like the signal to her that she broke him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, no, I don't like that. I don't like that choice. Whatever.
Well, wah.
It's like, see this dick? Eat it.
She's super supportive. She's too supportive.
For all the shit that's been going on lately?
I mean, actually, from this point forward, I'd be like, I'm going to a hotel. The kids are going to a hotel. I'm not stepping back in this home until it's not ours and you've sold it. Bye.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm trying to sleep.
This has just turned into the opening of Manhunter. That's a movie we need to watch on this podcast.
What's Manhunter?
It's the
original
the
Red
prequel
Dragon.
to The Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So did you see the one called Red Dragon?
Yes.
Edward Norton,
Okay,
yeah.
that Red Dragon was a remake of Manhunter.
Yeah. It's got William Peterson and the guy from RoboCop 2. Tom Noonan. Yeah.
The guy that was on the original CSI for like 2 decades or whatever, that William Peterson guy.
Yeah, a Chicago guy, by the way.
He played the part that Norton played in the remake.
Yeah. And then Dennis Farina. Actually,
There's
that one
a lot
has...
because
he's from Chicago, too. Dennis Farina's Chicago.
Yep. R.I.P. Dennis Farina.
That's why they shot that Johnny Depp crime movie here.
Yep.
I auditioned for that, too. Yep. I didn't get it.
Yep.
I have a lot of like really fun and close calls, but
you had to audition for Michael Mann. That's awesome.
Well, it was when I was with the pinup still, and our whole band auditioned to sing in the movie.
Okay, now that would have been awesome.
Yeah, and they said they cast Alison Krauss.
Why does that name sound familiar?
She was like a country folk singer.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it's not Alison Krauss. Wait, it's another girl then, because it's not Alison Krauss.
Because Alison Krauss did a lot of stuff on the "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" soundtrack.
She did. This other girl was like Diana Krall.
Oh, okay.
Diana Krall. She's a jazz singer. And you know that
the stuff that you guys were singing for your band, that would have been perfect.
Yeah. So close, but no cigar.
Still, like I said,
Ew,
you have a story. You
cigars.
audition for Michael Mann.
That's true. Things are saying that. It's true.
Now he's going to go up there and find a bunch of bees.
Not the bees! Not the bees! Killing me won't bring back your fucking honey!
Definitely. Like, this is when you put the ladder up and you don't even look. You just put it up.
This is purely a case of you get what you are looking for.
You're gonna reap just what you sow.
Oh,
it's a film party. Okay. Suddenly, it's become Carnival of Souls.
Are you my daddy?
I have a feeling Bagul's kind of hot in real life. Is that also like one of the jump scares you were talking about?
That kind of stuff never gets me.
Yeah.
No.
Because I always, whenever they're showing something like a long shot like that, you can see it coming a mile away, and it never gets me. But that lawnmower thing, I didn't know what I was going to see.
Yeah. Hey, home movies, just like the TV show.
I mean, that thing is very delicate. I can't believe you threw it down the stairs. It might be broken now. How is he going to
They built stuff to last back then.
It's a supernatural projector.
Because it's just such recklessness.
Yeah, this stuff right here is like the techno band stuff.
I mean, took you 90.
Also, I mean that
you should have done that on day one.
The metal's not going to burn.
75 flags have been issued. If this was soccer, they would have a card. There would be so many cards.
Well, I'm reminded of the Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live sketch. It was like, they move into a home. Babe, this is great. We're finally homeowners. And then you hear, get out. And he goes, we need to leave. It's immediately.
Also, like, not to be a dick, but this is when you actually, this is not the answer. The answer was take all that shit, put it in your car, drive to the police station, say, I have years and years of evidence for some shit. Go look into this.
Yeah, walk all that stuff over to the police station, pack up your shit, and leave.
Michael. Michael just walked into the room, scared me. Oh my word! That's
funny.
You mustn't do that.
You need to get out of this house. You have no idea how horny you've made me. I'm hearing you say that. I don't know. I made her from London for some reason.
Well, I mean, she is English. So.
I mean, how do I look up a sweater like that? Like, what would you write? Cable knit sweater with leather detail? I don't know, Bizarro. I want one though.
I'm pretty sure they'll have it on Amazon. They have everything else on Amazon.
Or at least eBay, at the very least.
I don't go on eBay. I'm very confused by eBay.
And then it's a sweater that just has a bunch of Mr. Sinisters on it.
I mean, really, honestly, this is even... His kids are going to be so traumatized after this. Like... My dad went crazy. He packed us up in the middle of the freaking night.
It's okay, Murph. That's like fresh in my head because I watched Interstellar like last week. Still don't like it. I still don't like it.
Matt Damon.
Oh, I didn't see that movie because I didn't want to.
Interstellar?
Yeah, it looks... No.
I did not like it.
Can I count on your vote this election season? Stack 'em, pack 'em, stack 'em, pack 'em, and rack 'em.
Wasn't he also in The Last Boy Scout?
Oh no! That was the guy who was in Walker Texas Ranger, like his sort of like mentor guy.
I mean, y'all bullied him in the very beginning, so what makes you think it's going to be any different? But bullied out.
Well, shit.
I guess I'm gonna have to write you up for that one.
I don't see any reason for me to have your autograph. One more favor. Hold it under 60 till you cross the county line and do you somebody else's problem.
All right, I gotta go beat up some immigrant in my jail cell.
My
I got John Rambo in my bail cell. Fuck them Vietnam vets.
Yeah.
I don't buy these children as these people's children. Like, what part of the Punnett Square did they inherit? Like, they don't even look remotely like their kids. Neither of them.
Adopted.
Like, the one kid looks, I don't know. They both are just absolutely not their children.
Well, definitely looks like they traded up.
Yeah.
Oh, never ignore the cop that's been helping you with case.
Yeah, still wearing that sweater. Strong.
Definitely traded up when it comes to that house.
Yeah, it looks like a freaking mansion.
How long do you think it's taken to sell the other one? Murder house for sale. Don't worry, it's only in the backyard.
It's in escrow right now.
Scorpion.
Here I am, rock you like a hurricane.
Well, you know what this is all symbolizing? The winds of change.
Ah.
Only two songs I know are those two songs.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, that one from Free Jack.
Yeah.
It's really dark in this room.
And it's slithering little snake.
There's a lot left that has been destroyed. Why? Superstition. Early Christians believed that Bagul actually lived in the images themselves and that they were gateways into his realm. Gateways? Yes.
Vincent D'Onofrio, a.k.a. I shot all my scenes in one day.
Yeah.
Terrible things. Or in some cases, he could even abduct the viewer into the images themselves. Children exposed to the images were especially vulnerable to Bagul's possession and or abduction.
What if you destroyed them?
Sorry, I don't follow.
If you destroyed the images with a fire, what would happen then?
What? Do you mean literally or in the stories?
In the stories, if an image was destroyed, then the gateway would be closed and Bagul would...
Mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo. I can't even feel the flame.
You know what? The more I look at him, the more I don't think he reminds me of Mark Ruffalo. I don't know where I got that. But you know, there are other people who remind me of each other. But when I think of them, I'll tell you. Oh my gosh! Also, if he had just spoken to him,
Nope.
maybe
Could have
could have
avoided all this
avoided
movie, yeah.
some. Yeah, and this is what happens: decline. You just touched the professor. Clearly, oh my word!
Uh-oh.
Like, now you have to get out of this house. Now you need a hotel. That's what he really needs. They need to be like, they could be like the Partridge Family and get one of those RVs.
Well, and
That's no
you
home.
hear, in
Next
the back,
time, get a house without an attic.
I mean, does it say suddenly you hear in the background, tiptoe through the tulips by the window? Yeah.
Did you all see the newest Insidious?
Unfortunately,
Oh, you didn't like it?
no.
I'm pretty impressed that they have the same kid.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that they brought everybody back.
Like Dalton is
It's just
Dalton.
I just didn't like the way they wrapped everything up.
Was that the last one?
Yeah, that's supposedly the last one.
Supposedly.
But it made a ton of money, so you never know.
I didn't mind it. I actually did not mind it. Oh my gosh, you can't get enough, can you?
Yep.
You loser.
Spike that thing, you addict.
Do people do this as a hobby?
Watch snuff films?
No.
Edit film.
Yeah. I wonder if you went to an antique store. At an antique store, can you find these big canisters of film?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure people just clear out their attic and just dump everything off at the antique store. I'm pretty sure you can find stuff like that at Goodwill. Who knows? VHS and vinyl are popular again, so who knows how much that kind of stuff is going for.
So they all lived in each other's houses, is what he's saying.
Yep.
He just bought a new murder house. Bugul just wants to see the West Coast. That's all this is.
He wants to live the American dream.
He's like, I want to be in Hollywood too, bro. He's just hitchhiking along, using the kids to hitchhike along the way. You know?
Well, he was already.
I done fucked up, Ron.
Oh.
So let's watch him again. Oh yeah, this is the big reveal. What'd you do, Murph?
I hate that part. I hate this part.
That's one fucked up swing.
They
one man dares give me the raspberry. At this point, you should be like, "Oh shit, my daughter!"
Yeah, my daughter.
Actually, and they set us up for thinking. I feel like that's why they gave the older son night terrors, because they made it look like he was going to be the issue.
Yeah, little false
stab
setup.
Razor cut.
He was just doing the Britney Spears knife dance.
Yeah. All right, got to get these clippings.
Some lawn work.
Yeah, got to bag these and put them on the driveway tomorrow.
It's just one of those things where I wonder if the idea of the kid having the night terrors was he was picking up on some kind of spooky thing going on, and just that's how it's manifesting itself.
Wow. Yeah, that's true.
But the girl is the one who's being influenced by the ghoul.
Oh no, your sweater. That's what kept you safe.
Oh shit! I drank some of that reanimator juice.
Good night, Daddy.
Down I go. Should not have been.
Oh my gosh, this is
this reminds me of a sketch we did. The Light of Ishtar.
Oh my gosh, I remember that one.
Caleb's laugh.
Yeah.
I know I should have seen it coming, but then I totally didn't. But
At
now,
least she, made sure to put Visqueen down before killing the family. That way, it doesn't ruin the hardwood.
You can see she's got it there. Let's go etch some more penises into the crops.
You are delighted.
I love this line. It's a great last line of a movie, at least in a horror movie. Wah wah.
Ready for your close-up, Mr. Hawke.
Don't worry, Daddy. I'll make you famous again.
No, Murph! What are you doing, Murph?
His last thought was, I really wish I'd sharpened that axe.
Oh my word. Wow, that's a very good rendition of that occult symbol for a little kid.
Well, yeah,
It's
she's
very precise.
Remember, she has experience with painting, so
Yeah, but that precise?
I mean, hey, look.
she's been practicing.
Those are Daddy's testicles.
Meow.
Bertie.
She does love those unicorns. At least she has like a band of brothers. Like, you know, she's not by herself.
It's a murder club.
First kid probably was like, what the fuck is this? But then like all the others, once they just keep adding, it like becomes
All right, get some lava soap or something. Get that cleaned up. I want to be in the movies.
so like they're afraid of Bagul, but Bagul's like their dad now.
Well, who isn't really afraid of their dad?
I mean, man.
It was her big break on
Love
film.
it. Love it.
Prime time,
Yes. So scary. Oh my words. House painting 2012.
Yeah.
Ugh, ugh.
Instead, I still love how it's in the same font as the home movie show that Brendan Small had.
Wow, guys, that's an intense movie. Oh yeah,
But who are you?
like, okay, so I'm going to tell you my story now because okay, here it is. Like, I saw this movie at night, like in a theater, and I was like, whoa, this shit was scary. Did not see the ending coming. And then so I'm a preschool teacher, and I was working at this preschool in Chicago, and it was like nap time, and it was like this huge gym, and all the kids have their own cot, and then they put out their mat and stuff. And there was this one kid, huge eyes, huge, big, brown, dopey dog eyes. And I was like, hey, I can't remember the kid's name because he was irrelevant. Like, that sounds bad that I said irrelevant. But he was not like a kid that like you only remember the ones that you really hate and the ones that really loved you. You don't remember everyone in between. You just don't. And so I don't know this kid's name. But who cares? Who cares what his name was? Anyway, so I was like, hey, let's call him Dan for today. I'm like, hey, Dan, like everyone's laying down. You have to lay down. And then he like kept going like this, like I know you guys is a podcast, so I can't really show you what I'm doing. But like he like kept sitting up,
kind of like pulling a Michael Myers sort of
blank, creepy stare, and I just kept going, Dan, like, and I keep like from across the room doing this with my hand, like lay down, patting, like that patting motion down, and he kept looking at me, and he wouldn't stop. And he kept sitting up and he was only staring at me. There were all these other teachers and he did not look at them at once. He was like holding my gaze. And I remember thinking, this is not the day for this. Not the day. And very upsetting. I did not like that kid for the rest of the time I was there. Because I think he was possessed. He was probably possessed. I like to think that if I was in a horror movie, I would not be very privy to be possessed. But I don't know what kind of character it takes to get possessed. Because, like, he probably could have pictured the brother.
Maybe he doesn't like the kids that are mentally handicapped in some way.
It's like, this kid gets night terrors. Gross.
Yeah, like emotional issues.
It's too much of a package. That's some baggage.
He's like, Bagul's just kind of like, that is so cliche to pick him. I'm gonna go for the hard target.
So, like, what's your story about that Scott Derrickson guy?
Oh, that he's made a bunch of shitty movies.
Oh, really? So they're not good.
This was the first one I saw where I was just like, oh, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Doctor Strange is probably still top 3 Marvel movies for me that he did after that. And then he made the movie he made after Doctor Strange, though. Deliver Us from Evil, that was it. That was a huge fucking piece of shit.
Oh.
That's the one with, and Jill McHale's in that one
yes.
as well. Yeah, okay. I remember that.
Because I remember I went to see that based on the strengths of this.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, maybe he was a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing that always upsets people about Exorcism of Emily Rose is that people expected it to be a horror movie, but it was really more of a courtroom
thriller. But
drama.
my thing is, I just was bored.
Yeah.
Well, there's like a real case that I know her name was not Emily Rose, but there's a real like German girl who basically this was a case because like the parents were also like malnutritioning her. That's not a word.
Starving her?
But like, yeah, because priests were saying starve the demon out. And then this girl may have had epilepsy, but people didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what they say in the movie.
Yeah.
Is they're like,
oh, really? So it really
is the whole courtroom aspect of it is she possessed or is this like some sort of mental disorder? Like, could she be schizophrenic or maybe she has multiple personalities and the voices that she's doing are from the different personalities? You know, is she epileptic maybe because there's one point, like I said, that Derrickson has a thing about people bending themselves backwards. And there's a scene where she's like standing in the middle of, I want to say like a church, like where the pews are. And she like starts slowly bending backwards and like her head almost touches her ass. And they're saying like it could have been a seizure of some type. And like her body just like tensed up and bent her backwards.
Yeah, like contorted.
Yeah, she contorted in some weird way. But like it could have been a weird seizure kind of situation. So the whole idea behind that movie is, was she possessed or was she like mentally unstable? And in the end, it just doesn't have any answers for you, which is another thing where I was just kind of like, what's the point?
Yeah. Apparently, he also did Hellraiser Inferno.
Yeah, that was his first movie.
Yeah.
So, Hellraiser Inferno, one of the first movies that was made in the Hellraiser franchise direct-to-video series where it was just some random script laying around Dimension's offices that they decided to insert Pinhead into.
Yeah, because that one has Craig Sheffer. I remember that.
Yeah, that was horrible. But anyway, Sinister. I still think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no. Like I said, it's the first time I've really sat down and watched it.
It's a legit creepy movie.
Yeah. It's got its. I mean, I'm usually not a fan of jump scares because, as you were saying,
There aren't
I
that
can
many,
see them, but I can see them. The reason why I'm not a fan of them is because a lot of times I see them coming a mile away. But
this movie is not filled with them. The one at the very end, like the final, is dumb.
Yeah.
The thing about the second movie that pisses me off is they do that exact same thing again.
Yeah.
The exact shot.
Yeah.
They're just going, bleh, and then it's over.
I feel like that was like them, someone going, we got to do our branding. What's our branding?
Yeah. We need one more.
And unfortunately, like there's not going to be any branding because it was so poorly received.
They just scrapped out a sequel.
There's no way that there will be a third.
And if it is, it'd be like a direct-to-video sequel.
Let me see. Let me look up connections and see if there's one on the horizon.
I doubt it. The second one
I mean, it's been too long too. I think
2016 or something.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't so long.
Yeah, 2015 was when the last one was made.
Yeah, so
you guys. Thank you for having me, guys.
And you have to think of the next one you want to do.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, but thanks for asking.
Hey, Richard Linklater, you fucked up.
You too, Michael, man.
But
Alison, thank you for joining us. Always a good time. For those of you listening, thank you very much for joining us as well. And remember, if you like what it is that we do here, please remember to like, subscribe, and most importantly, what should they do, Chris?
Shagor!
Or share this podcast with others.
Don't worry, Daddy. I'll make you famous again.